From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew Acosta.
And I'm Kiri Rogers. A former Las Cruces police officer has been found guilty of voluntary manslaughter.
The Las Cruces Sun News reports a 2-hour jury deliberation before returning the verdict. On August 2, 2022, Lunsford got into a scuffle with 36-year-old Presley Easy Jr. at a gas station on block 2600 block of South Valley while responding to an report of theft. Another officer and Easy ended up on the ground. Easy took the officer's taser and then Lunsford shot Easy on the left side of his head at point-blank range. Lunsford faces 6 years in prison, a potential fine, and 2 years parole. A sentencing date has not been set. A 31-year-old Las Cruces man is facing life in prison for first-degree murder of his mother.
Dylan Alexander Waller was convicted last December of strangling Cynthia Berenzin while she was asleep. A news release says he admitted to moving her body to the shower, cleaning the scene to cover up the crime with the help of a friend. District Attorney Fernando Macias said in a news release he hopes today's decision provides some measure of closure for her family and the community. 8 people were found injured in a severe fire at the Sun Metro Operations Center in East El Paso.
The fire, which began as a vehicle explosion, started in a bus maintenance area around 1 p.m. yesterday. 48 fire units and more than 100 firefighters responded to the fire, said El Paso Fire Department Assistant Chief Robert Arvizu. El Paso Sun Metro will be running on a reduced Sunday holiday schedule for a week starting today, and an investigation has been launched. For more information, visit sunmetro.net or call 915-212-3333. It's been rather windy, hasn't it?
I know. When I was driving, I could barely see everything that was in front of me.
Oh, yeah. Me neither. Abigail, what do you have to say?
Well, I'm glad you guys didn't blow away today because the winds were a little crazy. Now, taking a look at those current conditions, right now there are cloudy skies, a temperature of 52 degrees, winds west-northwest at 18 miles per hour, humidity 27%, dew point 21 degrees, and barometer is at 29.81 inches. That's it. Let's take okay. Today we had a high of 56 degrees, when on average it's a high of 64 degrees, so a little bit cooler today. We had a low of 34 degrees. In 1962 we had a high of 79 degrees, and in 1965 we had a record low of 16 degrees. There was no rain today, so that leaves our precipitation at 0.05 inches. That's all I have. Let's take it back to the desk.
Thanks, Abigail. In Santa Fe, a bipartisan group of lawmakers want to change the state constitution to create an independent redistricting commission. It's intended to end partisan gerrymandering of legislative districts after each census. If both houses of New Mexico legislature pass the resolution, it would then require a simple majority of voters to make it happen. The United States is the only democratic country that allows legislators to draw their own districts. Homes in Doña Ana County are selling for lower prices than usual. USA Today released data from Realtor.com that home prices were down by 6% from October to November. Single-family homes prices dropped by 9%, and townhomes were down by 20.5% from November of 2023. While many prices have dropped, prices still have both risen and fallen since 2023. Information on your local housing market, along with other helpful information, is available at data.lcsunnews.com.
Chevron says it's laying off 15 to 20% of its workforce. With about 45,000 employees, that could mean up to 9,000 jobs. The second most valuable U.S. oil company says its layoffs could start this year and be most complete by the end of 2026. The move aims to cut costs between $2 and $3 billion.
Stay tuned. Abigail Salas will be next with your national forecast.
But first, vision boards may be the key to unlocking a brighter future. More on that when News 22 continues.
It's that time of year again. Lawmakers from around New Mexico are convening in Santa Fe, debating the issues facing our state. Hi, I'm Johnny Coker, host of Your Legislators Season 19, where I'll be interviewing lawmakers about their work in our state's capital during the legislative session. Join me as we delve into decisions shaping our communities. Tune into Your Legislators on KRWG Public Media or on demand anytime at krwg.org.
Tokyo is a true gourmet wonderland. Markets are replete with the freshest produce, seafood, and ingredients, all sourced for the most discerning chef and palate. Discover the stories behind the culinary specialties that make this city so delicious. Watch Trails to Oishi Tokyo on NHK World Japan.
Thursday at 2 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Wednesday,
where news matters.
The COVID pandemic still has a grip on the nation's educational system. Scholars from Dartmouth, Harvard, and Stanford released a report on how learning has been affected since the virus outbroke. The findings show most students were about a half year behind compared to where students were in 2019. In some states, including Maine and Vermont, students have fallen back a year. Chronic absenteeism is a large factor for this overall downward trend. The scholars say summer school and after-school tutoring can help improve school performances. The Las Cruces Brannigan Library has more than just books to offer. They have events for anyone looking for some community. This year, the library held a vision board class for the new year, inviting people to make their goals a little more tangible, along with having regular journaling classes.
I also do the Friday morning journaling class. It kind of ties in. It's a similar group and similar theme, and it's a great way to start the year.
Great way to learn how to look at your life and reflect, document, be creative. Just come to any of the classes that the library offers. They're really fun.
The library is always posting about what programs they have on their website, from Qigong to Dungeons and Dragons. There's something for everyone.
Abigail Salas is next with your national weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. We're going to get a look into those winter storms later on, but right now let's take a look at tonight's forecast across the U.S. As you can see, colder temperatures all across the U.S. As compared to last week, where we were not feeling those February temperatures at all. As you can see, 5 degrees in Denver tonight, Albuquerque at 24 degrees, Las Vegas 39 degrees, now Boston at 30 degrees with some snow, and El Paso with rain and 45 degrees. Taking a look at my next map, I'm going to take a look into Winter Storm Eliana, which is the second winter storm I think that is happening. As you can see, winter alerts are happening across the Midwest and Northeast. These darker blue spots like Chicago, Detroit, Buffalo are going to be experiencing the worst conditions of all, but then as you can see, Des Moines, Roanoke, and Boston are also going to be experiencing winter weather advisories. Now into my next map, snowfall is going to be big in this winter storm. As you can see, these light blue areas, Chicago, Detroit, are going to be experiencing 1 to 3 inches of snow, but then moving more into the northeast, as you can see in Burlington, Bangor, and these areas right here, they're going to be experiencing 5 to 8 inches, up to 12 to 18 inches of snow. And to my next map, this is Thursday's forecast for tomorrow. As you can see, snow, ice, and rain will be expected in the northeast. That is all I have for your national weather. I will be back with your local forecast after the break.
It would be easy to describe this show as a show about things, but you learn a lot about what we are as people.
I love the road show. I've been wanting to come to the road show for years, and I got the opportunity to be here today, and I wasn't going to miss it for anything.
Across the country, at every stop we make, people make Antiques Roadshow possible.
It's not about the money. I think it's about the story. You know, we have things in our homes and they bring back memories for us.
And we know that Antiques Roadshow will find the interests and the history and the knowledge that we want preserved.
It's a wonderful experience, it really is, because you're not a number or an object, you are part of this roadshow family.
Call, text, or go online to give to this PBS station now.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at those local forecasts. Farmington right now is at 35 degrees, Albuquerque at 46, Socorro 51 degrees, Roswell 56, Ruidoso at 39. Here in Las Cruces we are at 52 degrees, and Deming also at 52 degrees. Tomorrow, Santa Fe will see a high of 46 degrees, Gallup a high of 52 degrees, Clovis at 50, Socorro 59, Ruidoso 51, Las Cruces a high of 65, and Deming also a high of 65. Now Alamogordo tonight will see clouds in the sky with a low of 31, and as well as tomorrow, clouds in the sky with a high of 62. Truth or Consequences will see a low of 30 degrees, clouds in the sky, and tomorrow as well, clouds in the sky and a high of 63 degrees. Tonight, 46 degrees for Silver City, clouds in the sky. Tomorrow, high of 57 and clouds as well. Moving over to Las Cruces, tonight we will see a low of 34 and clouds in the sky. Tomorrow, cloudy skies as well with a high of 65 degrees. That's all I have. Let's take it back to the desk.
While the Pan Am is known for basketball, it is also known for a more jumpy sport.
In late January, thousands crowded the Pan Am as cheer teams from across New Mexico made their way to the 10th annual Spirit Championships. The Spirit Championships serve as a fundraiser for the NMSU cheer team. Cheer groups ranging from elementary to high school compete in a variety of categories. From back handsprings to school chants, these students have practiced for hours on end. But even in the heat of competition, many are having fun.
So excited. Yeah, it was nice getting to see some of my old teammates, so that's been fun. All the teams, all the little ones, it's fun for sure.
The 2025 Cheerleading State Championships are expected to take place in Albuquerque at UNM in March. The Taos Heights varsity team took home first place in the competition. And Varvara Nikolaeva is next with sports.
Thank you, guys. Coming up in sports, 3 NMSU Aggies were named as Athletes of the Week. Don't go too far because News22 Sports is next.
Howdy, Planeteers. When at its best, Saturn is gorgeous through a telescope. However, over time, those famous rings are disappearing from our perspective. Before we get too far, let's do some astronomy. Hit the darkness after sunset this week and look west. You'll see Venus, the evening star, shining super brightly. If you catch it early enough in the week, between Venus and the horizon, you'll see Saturn. Saturn's rings are incredible, but every 15 years or so, the wobble of the planet means those rings are seen edge on. On March 23rd, we'll pass that plane, but the planet will only get harder to see for a while. Saturn tilts about 27 degrees relative to the ecliptic. Earth tilts about 23, meaning we both have seasons. But unlike us, Saturn's rings can cast shadows on its cloudy surface. If only, am I right? Rings would be so cool. Don't you love space? Keep looking up.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back, I'm Varvara Nikolaeva and let's talk sports. Emily Dobbins was named Back Swimmer of the Week after a strong performance against in-state rival New Mexico. The sophomore from Australia earned her first career weekly honor with 3 individual wins in the pool. Dobbins helped lead the Aggies to a 197-102 victory over the Lobos, thanks to her strong showing in the 200 free relay, securing a second-place finish with a standout 22.58 split. Dobbins will next compete at the BAC Championships in Houston starting February 26th. New Mexico State's Lauren Garcia was named Conference USA Softball Player of the Week. Garcia earned Conference USA Player of the Week honors after a standout performance in her weekend debut with the Aggies. In just 6 games, she hit .600 with 4 home runs and 12 ribeyes, helping lead the team to a 4-2 record with 2 wins each over Colorado State and Kansas City. Looking ahead, Garcia will lead the Aggies into the Troy Cox Classic next weekend, where they will face nationally ranked Nebraska and other teams like Northern Colorado and Montana. Junior Anna Pinaiva has been named Conference USA Athlete of the Week following an outstanding weekend on the court. Pinaiva led Aggies to the strong 7-0 victories, showing her dominance in both singles and doubles. Competing at the #1 spot, she posted a perfect 3-2-0 record in singles, winning each match in straight sets, including a 6-3, 6-3 win over Weber State's Sydney Schnell. Next, the Aggies will host Lamar on Friday, February 14th, followed by a rivalry match against New Mexico on Saturday the 15th. 6 former New Mexico State athletes will be inducted into the NMSU Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2024. This year's inductees include former baseball star Mark Arenda, softball third basewoman Stephanie Bonilla, former Philadelphia Eagles linebacker Bobby Crenshaw, volleyball setter Jenna DeVry, and basketball stars Daniel Mullings and Brooke Salas. They'll be recognized during the ceremony on February 14th, followed by encore celebration at the New Mexico State men's basketball game against FIU. Be sure to mark your calendars, Aggie fans. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Abigail will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
Warming hearts with pie, right?
Cheers to that.
Hop, and then we run, run, run together. Okay, that's not too bad. Hi. Hi. Hi, buddy.
All that and more on Finding Festivals.
To that.
Cheers to that. Thank you.
Cheers.
Sunday at 10 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Across the waves of grain and the fruited plains, the food traditions that shaped this nation.
This really is a labor of love.
Are being preserved.
Such an important story in one bowl.
And rediscovered. On America, the Bountiful.
Monday at 2 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Let's take a look at our top stories.
1. Former Las Cruces officer Brad Lunsford was found guilty in 2022 shooting death of 36-year-old Presley Easy. The Las Cruces Brannigan Library held a vision board class this year to help the community accomplish their goals. And late this January, teams from across the state attended the 10th Annual Spirit Championships, which served as a fundraiser for the NMSU team.
Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. As you can see, we will have cloudy skies for the rest of the week into that weekend, highs of 60s and 70s and lows in the 40s and 30s. That's all I have for your 5-day. Let's take it back to the desk.
And that's all for News 22 Wednesday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night for more news, but don't go anywhere yet because Zaira Sanchez Aguilar is next with Noticias 22 en Español. I'm Andrew Acosta.
And I'm Carrie Rogers. Good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, les saluda Zaira Sánchez y les doy la bienvenida a las breves de hoy con Noticias 22. Después de 3 años por el cargo de manipulación de pruebas, Dylan Alexander Waller, de 31 años, fue condenado a cadena perpetua por el asesinato en primer grado de su madre, Cynthia Berenson. Waller fue condenado después de que admitió que había estrangulado a su mamá mientras dormía. Según un comunicado de prensa, reconoció haber trasladado su cuerpo a la ducha, haber limpiado la escena y después intentar cubrir el crimen con la ayuda de un amigo. Waller había negado inicialmente cualquier implicación en la muerte de su madre y condujo hasta México después de matarla, según la policía. 8 personas resultaron heridas en un grave incendio en el centro de operaciones del Sun Metro en el este del Paso. El incendio se originó con la explosión de un vehículo en un área de mantenimiento de autobuses alrededor de la 1 de la tarde del martes. 48 unidades de bomberos y más de 100 bomberos respondieron al incendio, de acuerdo con el jefe del Departamento de Bomberos del Paso, Robert Arvizu. El Metro del Paso tendrá un horario reducido los domingos y días festivos durante una semana a partir de hoy y se ha abierto una investigación. Para más información, visite sunmetro.net o llame al 915-212-3333. Eso ha sido todo por mi parte. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos. No olviden seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales. Bonita noche.